want to talk about how shit Disney is anymore.
Yeah, I know. Fuck them. Just fuck the mouse. Just in general, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Disney. Like, I don't give a fuck which fucking side of the coin they're trying to play in the culture war, man. Fuck the mouse. Seriously. Anyway, right. By and large, punk rock credentials established there.
Yeah.
Does everybody? It's been a couple of weeks since we've played. Does everybody remember where we were?
Yeah.
Do you remember where we have been?
Yeah.
You have travelled west along the River Beck, seeking the crash site of the comet, which passed over your head days past on the morning of Midsummer's Day. You have discovered the countryside changed, not beyond recognition, but the shadows seem a little darker. The woods are thicker. Trails are harder to follow. You've encountered streams of refugees fleeing the war to the north. And now villages, settlements, whole towns, wiped clear of life. The citizens having been corrupted, possessed, reanimated from beyond the grave, and channeled forward to march upon the smoking, billowing, sputtering form of the meteorite that bore down upon the earth to have dug away at it. You have arrived. You have discovered your charge, your trophy, your hostage, whom you sought to rescue, whom you were originally contracted with retrieving, Caitlin, and have concluded that she was not indeed possessed by some evil spirit, but rather has travelled freely of her own will, though perhaps under some foreign influence, to lead this marching army of the dead and to wreak havoc upon the land of Lurich from above. And after a brief fight, you were unable to convert her, redeem her perhaps, and so one or more of you chose to simply end her life there and then. Caitlin now is dead, and your other contract, the assignment meted out to you by the Royal Crown, may well have been fulfilled also. That's for you to decide. Much of the zombie horde has been depleted, although some remains. And we find ourselves, if I recall, nestled within a magical circle, which I believe persists just about, although we'll say maybe for a minute more. Remind me, was it 10 foot diameter?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think it might have been, something like that.
Yeah. In among the rocks, on top of the tor. These rocks weren't like that, but they were roughly like that. The hillside and plain to your west lies littered with corpses, charred, splattered, dismembered. And the afternoon now, I believe? I don't think you waited until early morning again. Did you? I know you rested there, but from what I recall...
I think we went in the morning. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, perhaps you're right.
Or midday, early afternoon type thing.
No, I think you might be right. I
It
think
was
it
in the
might
morning.
now be... Yeah, it might now be mid-morning. Yes. Sorry, fellas. It's been a couple of weeks, you know. The sun bakes down upon you, and the day is quiet and still.
Yeah.
Should we get out of here?
Oh, I think we head back to the village.
I assume we
We can hold.
bring the body.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Right
Very well.
then.
I'll carry Caitlin, I guess.
Yeah.
Was she
And your
headless?
intent.
No, Sam
She
just
was
cut her throat.
stabbed in the neck, but not
Yeah.
actively.
Let me a nectar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll carry her back to the village if we're leaving.
Right. Oh, back then.
Finish off any straggling zombies on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Is your intent to try and move actively without attracting attention? To try and kind of.
Then we don't need to get into another big old scrap with the.
Yeah. They seem less directed now. The ringing of hammers and picks and limbs has stilled.
Oh, were we gonna go look at the comet, or did we already to investigate that? I think you guys had a look at it when you were up close to it, right?
They had a bit of a look of it, but they were busy getting set on fire.
Yeah. Maybe we should have
Yeah,
a
I
look at it.
can't remember.
Yeah, I can't actually remember if we went down to it or not.
Well, you guys were around it when she was circling it, because you were really
Yeah,
quite
but
near
then
it
it was
when
like,
she attacked you.
then it was massive damage and pain.
Well, there's less risk of that now. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we should have a closer look. But that would
Well,
involve
it's still got a load
zombies.
of zombies, yeah. And I don't have much magic.
Hmm. Okay,
I
well,
got one third level spell and a load of 2s and 1s.
guess we can go back to the village then. Ansel?
Ansel is the town to the south. You had a bit of a look at Ansel. It is
Is it twinned with Gretel?
no,
Hey.
but worth asking. There's a kind of civic part of the town to the north of the river with houses, with kind of stone buildings, everything like that. And then further to the south, there's some fortification on the river, and then across the bridge there was a bit of a kind of complex that seemed to be basically made up of one building at the side of the road.
Yeah, that sounds pretty safe. Across a bridge.
Yeah, there was also the fortification there, so.
Oh, yeah.
But if we make our way into town, we can at least
Drop
check
her
it
off
out.
at the thing and
There
check it out.
were undead.
No,
in
I
the
don't
town,
think we
if
should
I
leave
recall.
this body out of sight. I think it still needs guarding.
Yeah.
Very well. Whatever you
Burn it
think's
to
best,
ash.
mate.
Yeah.
And so your intent now is to walk south across the moor, keeping out of sight of anything that may walk, especially things that shouldn't walk but do anyway, down towards the town of Ansel. And the sun is hot, but the ground itself is still yet wet and rolling enough. Enough of a breeze whips across you that you're not left sweltering. It isn't too difficult for you to make your way. And you look down upon the town. The sun plays across rooftops. Some smoke billows up at the western end of the north side of town, in near some houses, and as you get closer you realise that it is not coming from a chimney but from a roof itself. A run of burned out houses ends with one final smouldering building. But you walk down in, and you walk down in, and there is a path leading north. And you can see standing there what might at first glance look to be a man, well dressed in his Mayday colours. He wears the same ribbons, the blues and the whites and the reds, tied around his clothes that you had seen days ago in Shy Meat. But he isn't moving. He is vacant, standing idle. The look on his eyes as you come closer is utterly unfocused. He has not seen you,
Is he?
but you know from your encounters this morning you might not want this man who is clearly dead and standing still. You can tell from the pallor of his skin and the looseness of his posture. And when he does step, it is clumsy, uneven. If you stood that way, your ankle might break. Ansel is not empty. It is not unoccupied. But it is no longer crawling, as it was when you inspected it before. Would you like to look for a... The town isn't walled, and so you can enter between houses at the edge without taking this main road. But is there anywhere that you would like to head towards? Anything you would like to aim for?
What was on the other side of the river? Was it like
So-
a fort thing?
There are some houses at the very north, and especially around the edges, and then some larger buildings in the centre of town, north of the bridge. And then there are some fortifications around the bridge, and then there is a single large building on the south side.
Whatever building's in best condition, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we'll go in there and let's try sneak in there maybe.
Try to sneak around? Yeah? In which case... And you can tell,
I'm
if it's...
going to cast Pass Without Trace.
You're going to cast Pass Without Trace. In which case, yeah, we'll take stealth rolls off of everybody if you are trying to sneak.
Give it a go.
Gex, I will give
Advantage,
you...
isn't it? Oh, no, it's not.
It's not advantage, it's plus 10 to
10,
whatever
yeah.
you roll.
Do you want me
12.
disadvantage because I'm carrying?
I was considering that. Now, Gex, I'll give you the
Yeah,
choice. You can make me an athletics check to determine... You can make me an athletics check, or you can just take disadvantage.
I'll take disadvantage. So it's an 18
Yeah.
and a 3. No, a 15. So +4 +10. So a lot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I
great.
don't know if mine is
28.
a 3 or 11.
Hover it,
Roll
says
this.
3.
Roll this
Three.
one again. It says 3,
Cocked.
but it's kind of cocked there. So yeah, I know how does it get cocked in this game. There you go. 6 plus your dex plus 10.
23.
23. Brilliant.
Mine was really low.
13.
6
13.
plus stealth.
13 total for you, Gav.
Yep.
Cool.
20.
I get 28 at disadvantage, and you got 13.
Yep. And I've got a +8 in stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, pass without trace gives you a plus 10 of it.
And what was your total? Sorry again, please, Vic.
20.
20. Okay, cool.
No, sorry, not 20. I was looking at survival stealth, would be 18.
18.
Sorry.
18 is fine as well. Cool. Okay. That's fine. You take a little side road into town, heading south, moving between buildings, listening to things move, things shuffle. There is a large square in the center of town, and moving towards it now, you catch glimpses at first. You are passing down side streets between buildings, squeezing, spotting shops with the windows intact. There is odd bits of movement, but you realize now that things are so disorganized, so unfocused, that this is now an idle, lingering threat rather than an organized danger. It is worth being cautious. It's definitely worth having had that pass-without trace. But you are able to move through reliably undetected through the town of Ansel. The town square is awash with colours. A large bonfire has been lit and left to ash and spread and scattered by the wind. A strong wind clearly has come through. It is in tatters. The shape and patterns of the ash and the cinders across the flagstones shows how whipped the wind was. That must have pulled the life from people's throats as it pulled. And near this square, a couple of buildings stand out. You're looking for that which is in the best condition. There is one building which is decorated with colours not the red and white and blue that you have come to associate with Midsummer, but with a rich green and a gold. These
Lovely.
are the same colours you saw on the house where you disembarked from Dearborn's ship a couple of days ago. I think that was a rich green and a gold. You can correct
It
me
is
if I'm
now.
wrong on that. Yeah, it is now. Fuck you. But these colours are twisted around pillars across the front. Gav, upon seeing it again, I think you made a history check before, but I might invite you again to make it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, mate.
20.
20. These are colours of House Beck.
Yeah, that name rings a bell. So I think we
So,
did do
yeah.
that before.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. And so, yes, yeah, you can assume, yeah, where the area that House Beck are responsible for, and where you might have encountered them, or not encountered them. Sorry, but yes, these things. There is another large building directly opposite on the square, and this is tall, stone-fronted, pillared, with a large stained glass window above the door. Set into it is a bright and blazing sun. And you will remember, I'll carry the role of that history check. You will remember now, having read about this, Obadiah, this is the temple of the midday sun itself. And you are passing by at an auspicious time, for the light is clearly striking against the roof and emanating with a holy vigour through the light, through the stained glass windows, through the windows on the side of the building. It looks utterly intact. And you wonder for seconds whether it is merely in your head or whether you can hear hymnal singing emanating from this temple.
He's gone loopy.
They might have been saved from it.
I don't know, but I know that bright sunlight didn't do us any good at Midsummer's Day.
Yeah, that's true.
Bad omen.
Let's check out the back house first and then come back to this.
All right.
All right then, boys. Let's have a look.
The back house
Yeah.
looks out upon the square. It is decorated, as I've said, in family colours. There is wisping of dust and air and cinders across the veranda and tattering against the windows. The front door is large and wooden, but popped open inwards.
Oh boy.
Just
Now,
ajar.
was this the same house that we were in before? It was like a long house.
You went to a country house, which is where you stepped off from.
Yeah.
And then
No.
in Caniston, you stopped at a longhouse that was kind of, the chief's house, so to speak. There.
Okay.
But when you stepped off from Dearborn's boat, that was a different house that the colours suggest belonged to the same family.
Gotcha.
That was more of a residence. Looking at this one now, you might assume it serves some kind of civic function. The rooms that you can see and looking in through the door are carpeted, but not decorated in that way. There is a reception looking in through the door. There is a desk.
Right, town hall type thing.
That's exactly the vibe that you might be getting there.
Elderman's office.
Yeah,
Elderman?
the mayor's.
All right. I'll just step into it.
You push the door open. It is deathly quiet inside.
Hello?
Walking in. You're calling hello. Okay, yep. And so there is a sound of movement suddenly in a room off to your left.
Someone's here.
There are doors right and left, stairs ahead of you, and a kind of reception desk between you and the stairs.
Is there a bell on it?
There is a bell on the desk.
I'm going to ring it.
You're going to ring the bell.
I'm going to drop pass without trace then.
You can drop the pass without trace.
No point in having stealth up if there's fucking.
Keep it up.
If you're
Why
ringing
not?
bells. Well,
I'll dump the body.
No,
on
'cause
the
I can't
ground
cast
with
anything else.
reverence.
you absolutely can cast other things. You cannot
Yeah, but-
concentrate on other things.
Yeah, and all my spells
Yeah.
are concentrate nearly, aren't they?
Yeah,
So-
sure, yeah. But yeah, you don't need to drop it until it's needed, so to speak. I mean, it runs for 10 minutes.
You could hide. You get
Um,
attacked.
I can still hide. I can just go into my shell.
alright, so pass without
and
trace.
conjure animals.
I think it's 10 minutes. If that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's 10 minutes, isn't it? I'm going to triple check
I'll have a
it.
look. Pass without trace. Action up to 1 hour.
Up to
Hey.
1 hour, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right, yeah. In which case, I mean, my suggestion, would be keep it up because you might want to hide again.
Yeah, I guess I could for the minute.
You can
If
drop
needs
it
be,
like
I'll
that.
just go outside and just summon fucking 8 more elk.
Yep. fucking tons of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I was thinking
body,
maggots.
Yeah.
and I'll go stick my ear against that door.
Horde of
If it's
writhing
closed.
maggots.
The door is closed. If you're listening to it, you can give me. I'll give you a choice between perception or investigation. There.
Perception seems.
Yeah.
I'm just listening. It's like
Yeah.
7.
7. There is movement.
Something in
It
there.
has persisted in there, but
Should we
All
have a
right,
look in
well,
here?
big man, kick it down.
I proceed to kick the door in. Well,
cool. Give me an athletics check, please.
this is +4. Well, it's a 1.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Ow!
There's a 16 there if you hover over it.
Is it? I'm going. Oh no! I'll just roll it again.
Yeah, let's roll it again because that looks cocked. Yeah.
Okay, 14.
14. Yeah, you get a good hammer on the door. The crack of the hinges and the lock and the handle, the wood cracks, and it pushes inwards. And indeed, as predicted, a young woman, vacant in eyes, pallid in skin,
Oh boy.
her makeup smeared, and her leg broken, standing, teetering,
Good afternoon,
shuffling
miss.
already towards the door.
Is she undead?
She's clearly undead.
Well. Oh well. And knock a block off. Well, it's 17 without bonus.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So I'll just give her
Do the old 1, 2.
a little 10
Rochambeau.
damage.
How much total, sorry,
That was
X?
a 10.
Yeah.
And I'll hit her again, 16 without bonus.
Yeah.
For another 8, so 18.
18? Yeah,
4
great.
hit
Great.
points left.
Yeah, not loads. Absolutely. Anybody else acting?
No, I'll let him take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's big and capable.
You've given her a good punch. She's going to try to bite you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 10 total. That won't make it.
That won't cut it.
You're easily able to dodge the advances of one lone zombie.
I'll just club her a final time, I hope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think you can not kill her now, but
Yeah, 10.
yeah, there you go. Yep.
Fucking hell. There's zombies in here, lads.
10 total. Let's give her the con save just for fun now. Okay.
And?
You punch her square in the chest. She flies backwards. Her back hits a table and folds 90 degrees. You hear a loud crack.
Alright. I'll poke her with my stick.
And her arm comes up and grabs the stick.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Weakly, you're able to pull it clean from her.
Okay, I'm
you're
just gonna try and go up and break a neck.
Okay. She's going to move a little bit. I'm going to give her the attack.
Okay. Well, that was my first attack.
That's going to miss.
Okay. The old neck breaker. Ooh, it's like 12.
12 still hits.
Okay. Is it? Yeah, it's 12. Okay. Let's neck breaker for another 10.
Another 10. Okay, great. So, again, I'm going to keep giving her those. Right, okay. Now, this is going to be difficult for her to make that as a
Okay.
con save, but I'm going to give it to her anyway. This is a good way to speed up combat, isn't it? Yeah, no, she's fucked.
Oh, Well,
if the yeah.
thanks
So
for the help, guys. Bloody hell.
the DC for con save is 5 plus the damage taken.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, makes it 15, and I just rolled a 4 on the die with some bonus. So
No, what's in the room?
This room is clearly some kind of office. The woman is wearing a fairly smart, perhaps even festive dress, and it has, there is a tray of drink bottles, drinks poured, wine mostly, into a decanter
Office
on a
midsummer
tray
party.
on the table in the middle there.
Does the wine still smell good, or is it sour?
The wine smells very sour. It's been left out for days.
Ah, fuck it, man.
In terms of looking around, if anybody else would like to look around, they can roll investigation if they'd like.
I'm more concerned about the safety of the room, as in if we can find somewhere to hold up for a while.
Windows, doors, and all that.
I
lot.
There
rolled a
are-
1 to investigate the room, so.
Yeah.
Couldn't we just go upstairs and then you use tiny room or fucking summon whatever that?
I mean, we could just barricade the door, clear out the rest of the building.
Yeah, but
There
then
are-
we could also get into his little pocket dimension. That's all right.
Yeah, that'll work.
There are 2 large windows here.
It'll take me 10 or so minutes to cast it, but if you guys want to maybe make sure we're not waking up, by
I'll find some nails.
zombies in the middle of the night.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe go upstairs out the way.
In this room, there are 2 large windows. If you're asking me things like that, the doors to the actual main building are quite heavy. You could probably barricade those. The windows themselves are not really. It's more of a
large.
show of. They are large doors.
Large windows. I mean,
Exactly.
hard to cover. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
probably go
just
upstairs and out the way.
check out the
You want
rest of the building. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to play out every time because I'm confident that you guys can kill zombies, but I would like a little bit of narrative as we're going through there. Upstairs, then there is a larger office with a large desk. It is unoccupied, but you can quickly ascertain from rummaging and looking around, this may well be the Lord's office in which he does business, the Lord Beck. There are a couple of chairs, a number of
This
papers
looks like a good place, is any?
pertaining to taxes, levies, petitions submitted, a huge stack of unopened letters. The room was unlocked, but unoccupied. In another room opposite there are 3 more zombies, struggling and scratching to get out.
Oh, back away from the room in that case and kind of call again for Chadwick.
You don't need him. I've got this one. I'm going to barge in front of Chadwick and fire a pistol shot into the door, through the door to hit one of them.
Okay.
And then burst through with my saber out and start slicing pieces off him.
Okay. I won't play it all out. I will ask for, let's say, an attack roll and a damage roll.
Or what? A gun or what?
Let's treat it as a pistol attack roll.
13.
13 total hits, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And a damage roll there, please.
That's D8. Not very many, that's 7.
7, okay. Cool. What I'll do is I'll
assist.
make this as a
Do
roll.
you want me to assist? Clear them up?
No,
I'll
I've
just
got
roll
more attacks and everything, but
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, Sam. With that, but you're in there, and you're dealing with them with pistol and saber.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're able to move through them. These things are slow to move. They are easy to hit. I'm gonna make a single attack roll for fun, but I'm not going to sit and play out all of the fight because we had enough of that. And again, that won't hit you if that's a total 10. So that's no.
I'll stomp their necks, having learned from that other woman. Just
Yeah,
stomp them all.
this is worth doing.
Dad was
Taking
gonna
the
curb
time to
stomp.
really
Stomp them all like
Yeah.
that robot.
disable them.
Can
But
we-
what you have here then is a fairly well established bedroom, but it isn't well furnished with kind of personal accoutrements. The wardrobe is empty. There are no books or things that you would expect to be kept in a bedroom around here. The furnishings are nice, however.
I'd like to.
Right.
I guess we search. I'd like to search around for like safes and shit. If there's anything in that office.
Yeah, the office definitely has a safe.
Oh,
It does take you
door
to-
have
Yep.
a lock, the front one.
The front door. You didn't get a good look at it.
I'm gonna go down and have a look at the door while
Gonna
this
go
is
down.
all going on.
Yeah, the
Tor, look for a hammer and nails when you're down there.
I've got mending.
I mean, for locking the door properly.
Yeah.
I can just repair it and then just fucking close the boat across if it's got a boat.
Vic, I'm going to ask you for.
Yeah,
I'm
but
going to
we
ask you.
kicked it in.
I'm going to ask you for a perception
Well, the
roll,
front door.
please, Vic, as you go downstairs.
Perception.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 20.
20 total.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go downstairs to have a look at the door quickly, and as you're approaching it, you can see quite clearly that it will bolt into the floor on both sides. It should be fairly secure, and then there are bars on the back. You can find the plank that would be used to properly bar the door. The bolts and the bars are gilded. They are fine. Again, they may simply be decorative. You'd need to have a really good look at them, and possibly even test them to find out how much weight they'll take. But somebody's done a good job of making the building look defensible, look secure, at the very least.
Well, I'm going to
Yep.
take on assumption because this is a lord's place. Sometimes they have revotes. They would want their premises to be pretty fucking secure.
Absolutely. Now with the 20 there on perception, you will notice a couple of other things. One of which is that square outside, which you walked through a few minutes ago, is filling up.
Oh boy.
Something is attracting moving corpses across the square.
Oh boy.
But then, because you rolled really quite high, 20's high enough for me to give you this bit of information as well. You can see all the way across it. You can look back across these dwindling, shambling remains of townsfolk in various states of repair. And you will notice that the door to the Temple of the Midday Sun has opened. And in it, backlit, silhouetted against the glowing interior, is a large, very upright, very healthy looking figure.
Hey, boys, you might want to come down here. I think there's a living one over here.
I'll run over down to him to take a look.
Bodies, zombies are moving your way across the square. I'm not going to draw it on.
Okay, I think maybe we, reconsider this and get out of here.
Moving towards us, just relax. Stay calm.
They are moving your way. Let's roll.
They are moving our way.
Oh, they are.
2d10 for how
They
many.
said they were
are coming
moving
away.
towards the chapel.
They're moving. They are moving towards the. They're moving towards the mayor's
Out
house.
of the chapel, towards us. Yeah.
No, not necessarily from the chapel. The door to the chapel has opened, and looking across now, because you're aware of it, you see stepping from the chapel itself someone, and in the midday sun, in the bright sun, they gleam. They are clearly wearing bright armor.
I think we've got a night here, boys.
Heavy man.
Paladin.
In his hand, a bright stick, which he sparks, and from it sparks fire. And he moves slowly, deliberately, from person to person, methodically lopping heads from shambling zombie to individual. And in a moment, he has drawn the attention. And the last few figures are moving towards him as he steps gradually and deftly swinging both his hands on the haft of this flaming hammer.
Well, let's get out there and help him.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my dagger and get out there and help him.
Yeah, absolutely. There aren't many left by the time you get out. So there were.
That's why I'm leaving. Yeah,
I'm gonna look oddly
I'm leaving now.
Yeah,
it's gonna look oddly over. Like what?
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm trying to make a good first impression.
Yeah.
This is purely manipulation.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're going to move out before this guy's moving quite slowly. There's a kind of calmness to his posture, a kind of stoicism and seriousness to it. And you can see him lining up his shot like a golfer before he approaches each one. But he's there and he's doing it. He doesn't seem afraid at all. Doesn't seem to really be taking defensive maneuvers. He's just getting himself lined up and smashing them down. Bit by bit by bit. There is a brightness to his blows. You can tell there's little chance of anything he's putting down getting back up again. But as you march on out, Obadiah with dagger in hand.
I was muted. Oh yeah, I've run out and start wailing with my quarterstaff.
You'll run out and start. Yeah, absolutely. Start. Yeah, please do.
So I was muted.
Yes, I didn't hear you say any of that. But yeah, Obadiah, Jethro, as you step on out into the bright sun and begin to join your new acquaintance, this large, heavy man. He is taller than you, Jethro.
I'm impressed. I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly walk over as well. There's not much I can do in close quarters, so.
No, sure. But start,
I've done my work for the day anyway.
Yeah. And how?
And the ones that you drop, the ones that are exsanguinated by Obadiah's dagger, this man, this holy knight, walks over and brings his flaming hammer down upon the bodies, just making sure the work is done. Sam, are you joining in here as well?
Yes, I'm just casually enjoying watching the carnage. It doesn't seem like there's any need for me to help.
Mm. And so a moment goes by, and before long there are 10 more stilled corpses in the town square of Ansel. And this man, and you have seen one of his race before, you will recall being hoisted onto the cliffs at Lurich by a Goliath, absolutely.
Oh there, well met, stranger.
And he smiles and looks upon you and says, well met and welcome to Ansel. What do you make of my flock? My congregation?
Pretty poor condition flock at the moment.
Truly. The holiest of days subverted. This is a cruel fate upon them. Nevertheless, I wield mercy. I am Kulfa, cleric here.
Kulfa?
Kilfa.
Kilfa. Well met, Jethro Chadwick and my brave companions.
He will snuff the flame from his flaming stick. The hammerhead disappears and extend a hand to shake.
I will shake it, and I'll give him a little bow.
Which of you is it deals thundercracks upon these walkers?
I'll step out from within his knees, Jethro's knees.
Yeah.
His size belies his martial prowess.
Hmm. It is like a lure to a deer or a fish for them.
He
But
does make a hell of a racket.
Also cuts them down in droves. As we saw when I used one bullet to kill many.
Yeah.
Tell me, what brings you now to Ansil? Please tell me it is not business at the livestock market.
No, we are on the king's business.
Oh, are you King's Ward?
Indeed. I'll produce my little badge. Or whatever it was.
Yeah, absolutely, a little badge, yeah.
A plastic sheriff's badge.
Yeah.
We have been deputized to investigate the comet and its effects, which also tied into our own objectives.
Mercy and light, then.
Hmm.
Someone has heard and answers the prayers.
Too late for your flock, I am sad to say. Life is sacred, and this corruption is shit.
Mm-hmm. Truly horrid.
Sorry.
Will you take a drink with us?
Certainly. I'm rather parched. What say you, fellas?
We need a place to rest for a bit.
Fatigued after the long fight we had earlier.
Oh, we
have struggled.
thinned down the undead by quite a number, I would say.
Yes.
Oh, well, in which case, yes, I have places you may rest your feet, drink of water. We have a little food, what we've been able to scavenge.
I'll nudge Obadiah quietly and say, "Should we have him look at Caitlin?"
I assume you're carrying the corpse.
You have the corpse.
I put her down. I don't know if I was muted, but I said I put her down when we entered the town hall, so she's inside the doorway.
That rings a bell, yeah. Okay, that makes sense from what you described doing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Shall I show him the body?
I mean, your choices are leave it there or bring it with you, I guess.
Sorry, audio crap.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What do you...
Yeah. I'm going to grab the body and bring him over towards the temple.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be glad to take in your hospitality. How come you survived? Is it your god or your power has protected you?
Truly, it seems the light of the sun and the consecration of the ground protected a few of us.
Some survived.
You'll see.
Sounds a little...
And he pushes open further the door of the temple. And there are 4 folks in there who look like locals. A human man, a human woman, a young halfling woman, and a young dwarf man. They all look hungry, though healthy. And then further across, and Kilfer gestures you across and say, these 4 were all who were at morning prayer. Midsummer is a holy and sacred day for all of us, but I cannot blame anyone normally for choosing to celebrate outside while the light is upon us.
Nice weather for it.
And then he points across the hall. The temple itself is quite austere. The floor itself is a white stone And it glows. It is radiant inside. As I say, Obadiah, you've heard about this place. You've heard about it being designed to be almost blinding in its radiance. The roof is glass where it can be, and it draws in the light. The place feels full. There are almost no shadows at this time of day except directly under the pews. And even then, they are thin, they are bright. Across the hall where Kilfer points, there is a hobgoblin and 3 goblins.
Oh boy.
We've seen these lot before, have we?
The goblins themselves a couple of them look wounded. They are bandaged. But all 4 of them sharpen weapons, scowl, chatter among themselves. They came later, explains Kilfer. But they have not caused any harm, shown any sign of malevolence. And I am not averse to having more who can defend themselves and all of us together.
If they're not hostile, we have no problem with them, I suppose.
What about their brothers?
Don't mention the war.
Now, you have one other unfortunate with you. She does not bear the signs of corruption, however.
She was the object of our quest. Well, our personal quest, not the quest for the king. Our goals aligned with the kingdoms. So we came to retrieve her.
Sadly. This is some... My heart bleeds for you. And so what will you do now?
You have to ask her.
I think we would like her body consecrated, and then we shall return her to her parents. We believe she was, at least in part, undead at some point. Or possessed by some malevolence.
Come here then, and lay her upon the altar.
Yeah, do as he says.
There's a stone altar. It is directly in the line of the sun, as though it is channeled by a prism. The warmth of the sun, which, does not fill the space. It is a stone building after all, but does feel hot here. And you lay Caitlin down. Kilfer gently places a hand upon her forehead and upon her chest. And there is a soft glow. The blood at her neck, at her lips, the charred tips of her fingers fades, cleans away, dries evenly. Gav, you have been reading about funeral rites recently, and you will recognize this very quickly. I assume you've been reading a book about funeral rites. You were given one.
I have indeed, yes.
Recently. Yeah. This very quickly is this is a simple spell most clerics learn, commonly known as gentle repose.
Which is to keep the body in a good state for a certain amount of time.
The body will not spoil now. It should keep until you return her home. But I wonder how far now home is. I would encourage you not to tarry here. But after you have rested, of course, and eaten and drunk with us, I wondered if I might ask one more thing of you.
Sure.
Of course. What?
The Lord Mayor of this town, Andrew Beck, was not at the May Day celebration on that fateful morn. Indeed, I did not see him that day, which means, for he is covetous, for he is avaricious, that he was not at prayer, he was not in his home hall, as you no doubt have discovered here, across the way, that he was himself at the market. Now, normally, our dear Lord Andrew Beck's demise would only momentarily sadden me. But I happen to know that the man wore around his neck an amulet of health, and if anything might have protected him from the malady that swept across his people upon that morning, it was that. Now, with it, I believe, and the strength of my faith, I might have some hope of restoring, or at least purging without suffering, the illness that is set upon my flock, my consecration. I daren't leave the temple. I daren't leave our guests unattended. Will you get it for me?
I think we can do that.
We were up at the... Where would you expect us to find him?
In the market, south of the river.
Have we been there?
You have not been to the livestock market here.
Okay.
However, there was only one large building. There was only one building south of the river.
I think we could do that in return for your hospitality. Side quest,
like
baby.
Doesn't sound like this lord is of much use to the people around here.
If they had coins in their pockets, he would find a way to make himself useful. Now they are lucky to have blood in their veins.
I think
we understand.
I think anyone that survived this, we should help. In fact, that's part of our duty as King's Ward, to help the people.
Well then you are a man of quality and have earned that badge which you bear. And I am glad to hear it.
I don't take it lightly.
All right then. I'll need to rest for the evening.
Yeah, my knuckles could do with the ice pack.
Indeed, it is unwise to venture into the streets. Even I have found, after the sun has set these days.
Hey, do we?
Go for it. Don't know why I'm waiting until Gex gets back.
Yeah, I'm just happy to eat bed down, and continue on in the morning.
Yeah. The temple is well set, but he has camp beds put up and set out. There is food, some prepared, some dried, some fresh fruits and vegetables, and things are set. Kilfer speaks of, religiously when not prompted by other subjects. He walks around and talks to the others of faith, of the coming of dawn, of the radiance of the midday, of the gentleness of dusk, and so all things must continue and pass. For there will always be another day, and so, blah, 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 you mustn't lose hope.
I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah.
A bit down. Relax.
Fair.
Oh my god. He's tired. His tired's probably feels.
Perhaps so. The evening comes. The goblins keep to themselves still. They approach the area where all of you sit for a little while and take some food and turn back to go without a word. The hobgoblin is the only one to actually approach the table, but collects enough food and drink to serve all four of them. And then they return to it. You can see themselves from their body language working out which one of them will take watch at which time. Which one of them will do which jobs in the morning. Which one of them's job it is to sit and polish the weapons. Tighten things, count things out. They take inventory of arrows, despite very clearly them not having fired anything that day. They are actively keeping their what am I trying to say?
I choose to ignore them.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
I have some trust in this big fella.
Yeah.
Kilfer, yeah.
I'm gonna go to sleep, pull my legs and head into my shell, and pass out. So then my armor rating goes up.
Just curl up. Just pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the night comes on. The temperature drops, though you have bedding. Kilfer stills himself. There is a shift in his mood as the day darkens. You realise this quickly, or promptly, but he does not express it. He's less effusive, speaks less. And sooner or later goes and takes himself behind the door at the back of the temple, where a little candlelight flickers for a little while. The young dwarf man comes over to you, introduces himself as Bostock, asks why you are here, the usual questions. Whether there is any news, whether this same fate has fallen other places. Is inquisitive.
Happy to fill him in.
Yeah.
Just from what we noticed on our journeys on the river.
Yeah.
Lots of people moving south.
And have you any news from further west, up the river, Mazenal?
No, but a friend of ours was journeying up to, I can't remember the name of the town he said, but as west as the river can take him, I think he said.
The Reach, sure, yeah. Yeah, I have family there as well.
He should be back in it. He should be swinging back this way in a few days, I believe.
He's going to stop back here in Ansel.
think that's what he said.
Do you think he'd take us downriver? Is that the way he's going?
He's going downriver. He's due to take us downriver.
I think we might be able to persuade him.
Yeah.
Got any coin for him?
Got any people in High
Oh, no. But coin, yeah, I'll see if Kilfer will let me go tomorrow. I can get some. There's coin at my house. You know, I've some kind of left over. I didn't think to bring it when all this happened, but
Well,
I'm not too
look,
far away.
he's a businessman. Do you think? I don't know. Do you think he'd take them for free?
He might if we backed him.
Yeah, we can vouch for you. That might not be a problem. Don't want to endanger yourself going out into the town.
You any good in the fight?
Can swing an axe, hold a shield, but
What's your
would say
profession?
good. Smith's apprentice. Dad said I should come down here, learn a stock and trade. Due to get my novice's certificate next week,
How old are you?
but 46.
You're just a
Not much,
whippersnapper.
really.
Yeah, you're a whippersnapper. You got your life ahead of you. We can handle. Don't worry about you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, stick with us. We'll get you down.
spent
But
40
I'm not
years
too-
underground, and then been here just a couple of years, you know. Just polishing up bits, but
Not too sure Highlurry's the best place for you then, if you're not going down to family or kin.
sure. Well,
It's a
I'll.
bit of a dump.
Yeah, I bet that's what my dad always used to say.
We might be able to persuade him to take him to Mazenol.
And I don't know if he's going to go back up. Besides, he'll probably have to deliver us and our messages back to the king.
Yeah. We can think on it. You can think on it.
I'm done with thinking for tonight. I just need to get to bed.
Right. Well met, young dwarf.
Yeah.
What was your name again? Sorry, I missed it.
Bostock.
Bostock. I'm Obadiah.
Pleasure to meet you. He looks across you all and then settles his eyes on Jethro. You seem all right,
Well,
really.
What
Thing
do you
is, that he's going to be screwed, boys, if he ends up in a Highlurry with no money at all.
Yeah.
So we may have to just help him go over to his house. We're going out there anyway. So we could always take the boy over.
Well, I don't want to put him in any danger.
Well, we'll see what it's like after we get back from the south side of town tomorrow.
Yeah.
How much danger do you think it could really be? It can be much more dangerous than yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll look after you, lad.
It's a tomorrow problem.
But the evening settles. One by one, Bostock and the other survivors, the other refugees here, settle away. The outside, it takes you a moment to get to sleep, for there is, when the darkness comes, more noise.
The dark for. Is there a slave trade in this place?
No.
Take the kid and sell him.
Nah. Too useful for that. It's a Smith's apprentice.
Exactly. Good money. Sorry.
All right.
That's some red-haired, titted witch. Fucking
Ah, yes. That's a 8 years ago reference.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you still don't.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has already been a better story than Game of Thrones.
Don't worry, he'll ruin it in the end.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Obadiah jumps from like being a little bit tempted by the dark arts to full-blown homicidal in the space of one session,
Yeah.
and that's Meteor Storm on Hilary. Yeah.
Sam's already had a better fall into evil arc than Daenerys did in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
The second to last game session is spent entirely under the spell darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every roll is made with disadvantage.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
And Jethro at the end goes, "Oh, I never like fighting anyway."
Yeah.
Right, Kip.
Yeah. Long rest yourselves, lads.
Yeah.
I know that you've gotten out of the habit of doing that without me saying so. So
I do every
yeah,
turn in
I
combat.
promise you can take yourselves through that.
Long rest, change spell. Done.
Yeah. Yeah, take yourselves through your preps if you've got them. Take yourselves through a few things. I'm not going to level you up yet, but
I pushed a button.
push the level up yet button.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm level 12 now.
Yeah.
I've been leveling up every week. No.
I said we weren't doing that anymore. Yeah.
There was lots of noise in the night.
There was, and you realised that the stillness, the disorganisation of shuffling corpses, is replaced with a more pattering. More, there is, for those of you who are, blessed with a half decent passive perception, there isn't a shambling kind of trudging noise of the zombies that you've experienced so far. They are, yeah. The noise is quicker, lighter. But the dawn comes, and Kilfer, as with the first beam of dawn's light, striking the glass roof of this temple, is through into the room, stoking the fire, turning over food, and humming aloud. Humming loud enough to wake people up. It seems that he won't have it at all, though the night has been short, it being summer and all. Kilfer here is eager and happy to be up with the morning. And he'll ask you cheerfully how you slept, how things were.
Like a fucking log.
I'm going to check all my belongings to make sure they're still there.
Yeah, and they are.
I checked to see if my stick's still there.
Your stick is still there.
In that case, yes, slept very well. Thank you, Kilfer, for the sanctuary.
Sanctuary
Yeah,
is
we
what
sleep
you
well,
have
but-
here, is what we find. And I'm glad to be saving lives yet. I envy you if you are able to go out and make some headway today. But I must stay and tend to this place.
Sure.
Will you leave the young woman your charge here with me? I won't do anything to her.
I trust him, I say to Obadiah.
Remember, if she starts to stand up again, smash her fucking skull in.
If she does that in here, I may have to smash my own skull in. And he has a little smile on his face as he says that.
Really?
I think we're safe to leave her here. We'll warn you.
Yeah, I just want an inside check on this guy before I say yes, but I'm intending to agree.
I choose
You're
to trust
welcome
him
to make one.
unconditionally.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome to make that.
That 20.
Natural 20 on the inside check. Yeah, the guy seems very sincere, very like annoyingly cheerful in the daylight.
I'm gonna take him
Um,
at face value as well.
and yeah, you can the gentle rest itself, the gentle repose that he performed was clear and kind of unambiguous there, and that itself should stop any kind of corruption of the body. You saw the seriousness and the kind of solemnity with which he acted when dispatching the zombies yesterday, and he's conducted himself in that way where it's kind of he everything he said he means, and you can feel confident that he's an
Goliaths
all right
speak
guy.
giant, don't they?
Goliaths do speak giant. That's right.
I'm gonna say that to him in giant then, because I speak giant.
Okay. And he smiles back to you, and comes back with what you'll know as a traditional giant kind of cheers almost. A skull. Yeah.
Sleep well and dream of large women.
Haha. Absolutely.
Fucking love that film.
So you think this Beck is in the large building in the south?
The
Tell
market.
us about the guy.
I think our best bet may be to draw as much out as possible and just burn them all alive. Burn them all.
Well,
If there's a chance they can be saved.
Yeah.
What's the population of this village?
For midsummer, several hundred, not 1,000.
We've already killed several hundred.
Quite a
Indeed.
few of them would have been potentially at the dig site.
Indeed.
Pardon me.
Many left and walked north as soon as
Is
they
there
could
a-
walk again.
Is there a tall tower anywhere in this town?
This building is the tallest around. I can get you up into the galleries to see out through the glass, should you wish.
I was suggesting, sorry, that I could climb atop something high and crack the thunder, as you called it. And then we can deal with them.
There are ramparts there upon the bridge that are the best defensible point if you wish for that game to rain thunder and spit fire down upon that which passes underneath. You find the means there to do so.
No, to attract them, sorry, yes.
Simply that. Well, if I've any hope at all, it's that a few can be saved now with the amulet.
I see.
Can you reverse the undeath?
Well, I don't know,
Sam's gonna.
but
do
I'd like to see.
Sam's gonna do a Charles Whitman.
Yeah.
Okay. This Beck, did he hold any military office at any point in his life? Is he a dangerous man?
From a dangerous family, but as a man himself, he is cunning, he is charming in his way, he is astute. But I've not known him to be physically dangerous.
So I could take him in a fight. Got it.
Firmly, clearly, and obviously. I've no doubt based on what I saw.
Give him a wink.
The market itself is mostly sheep, but there were a number of visitors in the days before. I do not attend myself, but do not expect it to have been unoccupied. Beck will have been there meeting with some esteemed guests who, by my reckoning, should have been long south from what I hear and understand of the day. And, well, with what they brought with them, there are one or two, as I say, threats. I've no sense of what this foul wind that fell upon us may have done to the lesser beasts, whether, for any example, the sheep that my countrymen, my own flock, had brought in will have survived, will walk yet still, or will simply have rotted in their pens. I do not know.
Well, we know to keep clear of the dogs.
Oh boy.
We've seen them as forms, things from the hells.
I'll show him my hellhound tooth on my necklace.
Goodness and light. That is fierce.
Okay, well, the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can return to our business. So,
Will
if
you join
everyone's
me
ready,
before you leave for a quick prayer?
of course. Lead on.
Sure.
And Kulfa gathers the four of the congregation who remain. The goblins do not any more but look over. But he stands and he speaks. He speaks of coming days of hope, of what spares and what burns, and what life can come from fire. And then he speaks in more concrete terms about yourselves being delivered upon the town for some relief, for a chance to escape, that those who live here yet will return to their lives. He is certain. As certain, he says, as he is that the next day will come, that the sun will rise and fall down with great light upon us all, and bless us with courage and kindness and warmth, and blind those who would look upon it with hubris and arrogance, thinking themselves immune from harm. I'd like each four of you to pick an ability check. I'll advise pick a skill that you are proficient in and one that you think you're likely to make.
Dexterity.
Pick a skill rather than an attribute. So,
A skill.
yeah.
Acrobatics for me.
Deception.
Deception. Stealth. Vic, I don't know if I heard you. I'm sure
Insight.
Insight. Okie dokie. For the next 24 hours, when you make an ability check in that skill, you can add an extra D4.
Okay.
It's a simple ceremony that's being performed. But yeah, you can add an extra D4 every time you make that check that you have just chosen.
Nice.
And that is until the next dawn, effectively.
I give an insight effectively of 11.
How was that?
So it is
D4.
I'm making a modification of the ceremony spell.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Is the modification that it affects all of us?
The modification is that normally it's 1d4 to use on any skill, but only once.
Ah, yeah, got you.
Or there's a bunch of different things that ceremony does, but that's what I'm saying. That's the one that I'm focusing on.
Thank you for your blessing, brother.
Go in light. Go in grace. Step lightly.
I always do.
And as you're standing, as you're putting things on to leave, as you are grabbing hold of your weapons and strapping things together, Bostock sidles over and says, I couldn't then persuade you I couldn't tag along for a little bit. I mean, I think you guys are going my way anyway. I just don't want to go out there on my own. And Irvin here says, you know, I should be able to go with you, and then, yeah, I can you know, pay you guys for taking me along. I'm not expecting to just be, you know, married.
Where's your house?
2 or 3
Where?
streets down. I'm you know,
On the way to the marketplace?
well, it's Market Crescent. You know, you can see the place from there. It's this side of the bridge, though.
Stick close to me,
Yeah.
lad.
Yeah,
We'll
stick
keep you
close
safe.
to Jethro there. We'll be fine.
What you want to do is you can go out the main square onto Trades Lane, and Market Crescent's just off there.
How big is this building we're in?
The building that you are in is, you know, like a large church.
All right. Well, while we're still here, I am going to summon 2 large brown bears.
2 large brown bears in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Just in the aisle.
Yep, just next to me or behind me.
Okay, let me
In
check a
preparation.
particular ruling.
Can you do that inside this building?
Well, yeah, I'm just checking that. And then what's the spell you're casting? Is it summon creatures?
Conjure animals.
Conjure animals.
I can conjure 2 rating 1s,
Yeah.
which is that's why I'm going with 2 large bears instead of going with like 4 elk,
Yeah.
or 8 elk, because
Yeah.
it's going to take longer.
So you reach, you spread your hands, you recall the words that you've used to conjure before. The forms of the animals fill your mind. You pick the spots upon the carpeted aisle above the white bright stone where they should appear. You spend the spell slot, but nothing comes. The spell fails.
Motherfuckers.
Worth a try.
You can make me an Arcana check if you like. Otherwise,
Yeah, go.
you can ask someone. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, 7.
Yeah. 7 total.
Yeah.
That's really frustrating for you, and you can't work out why. This has never happened to you before. It doesn't normally. You don't normally have an issue with that.
Why magic no work?
Right then. Let's fucking go in if we're ready.
Yeah, let's be off.
We take the boy and you gotta keep him safe.
Yeah. Bostock sticks with you.
So is he armed? He's got an axe and a shield then?
He doesn't have anything with him currently. He's been at church since, for days now. He's
Okay.
dressed in fairly smart clothes.
Do I have any weapons? Do we have any spare weapons we could give this guy? Just something to protect himself?
Yeah, have the stagger.
No, not that dagger.
I'll give him my dagger.
You're giving me your dagger. I'm just going to remind myself whether he knows how to use that or not.
Yeah.
See.
And I'm gonna, as I leave the church, I'll cast mage armor.
On yourself, yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can pass him the dagger. And he holds it a little bit clumsily.
Oh,
but,
Sift Amser. It was.
Yes.
I used it twice or 3 times. So I'm going to
You
roll a
used it twice.
d6.
You roll a d6 on the dawn, and then it recharges half of that in terms of points. Charges, yeah.
I'm the same with the Librum, but I've only used
2.
1 point.
Yeah.
Got 5, so
Okay.
2 so it's
Yeah,
full.
yeah, it's full. Yeah, you used it twice.
Excellent.
Yeah, well remembered.
I was looking at my inventory to see if I had any weapons. I saw that.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bostock will hold on to the dagger. It looks he has big meaty hammer-swinging hands, and so it looks comically small in his hand. And his fingers envelop the grip, and he holds on to it.
Do you have your own weapons at your house?
Yeah, things I know how to use. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, might make sense to go there first then.
Yeah. No, it's on the way. I'll show you guys.
Crack in.
And the door cracks open out into the daylight. It's not as bright outside as the light inside the church, inside the temple would have you believe. It has clouded over in the night. Clouds are rolling and rumbling. It looks distinctly as though it may rain in the afternoon.
Well, no problem with that.
There is a colder air than what you've been used to for a couple of days. But it's not a bad thing. Perhaps even welcome.
I guess we just stroll cautiously.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to make stealth rolls again?
Not particularly.
No?
Or I don't.
Let's just go loud and proud, and that is
Yeah.
kill.
Dick's out for Harambe.
Absolutely. Okay. But you pass out into the town square, and Bostock points to a couple of spots. He hears that you are speaking casually amongst yourself and matches your tone. Though he looks nervous. He looks nervous to be out. He's watching the sky. He is watching the shadows in the corners. He is gasping slightly at every corpse that you pass.
Outside, off of consecrated ground.
Yep.
Use magic.
Yep. You gonna cast the spell again?
Yeah.
And you take through these steps once more, and the bears appear.
What does my mighty summoner give me again?
They all get extra HP, is that right?
Yeah, I think it's 2 per fucking thingy. 2 per hit dice, yeah. Okay.
This is Torque's secret weapon in a fight.
So that's 4 dice. 8 in it, so that's 42. And then, are we all gathered up close together as well?
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty
Yeah.
close.
To yourselves to decide.
Down
Sure.
goes the totem for everyone, including Bostock and anyone else who's in range.
What's that? 11, is it?
Temporary HP.
12.
Ooh. Well,
Really?
bootiful. Is
Including the bear, so that
quite useful, this one.
8. 42 plus 12. 54.
They have almost as much health as I do. Right, let's get rolling.
Right. Bostock guides you, taps. Okay, each of you kind of are on the elbow. Titus, it's closer to the shoulder, and points you south out of the town square. There is a wider road lined with shops, a couple of taverns, stables where a person might stay, and then a little way down, a crescent street which curves. He says, I'm just down here, my place.
Who did you live with?
Well, the Smith Master. Bilson.
See, he's not with you in the church, is he?
Yeah.
No,
So,
Bill.
you may
Bill's,
not be going through that door first, by.
Yeah, you
Bill's.
might.
You reckon he's?
You might not like what you see, lad. Stick to
You
the
reckon
rear.
he's out here?
So,
We
when you
could
stay
still
by
be in
me,
there.
these two big furry bastards to keep you safe. Won't you, boys?
Sure, alright. I mean, I've got all my.
And
Yeah.
you got a little dagger.
Well,
Well-
yeah, I mean.
I'll
You reckon
go.
you could stab your old mate, your old boss in the face?
Look, I'll go in first, and then when it's safe, when it's clear, you can come in. Right?
Alright.
All right.
Alright.
All right.
Or
But he points you to it. This is a. As I say, this is a regular smith's place. There is a forge pit, long, cold, an anvil, a few things hung up, themselves adorned with ribbons, blue, white, and red. A door at the back, presumably leading to a stairwell, with a stone home above. It must have been, you realise, sweltering to work there. On a hot day, the stones themselves above the forge pit are blackened from smoke. There's one spot where the flagstones are shinier than all the others, worn over and over again where lichen or moss has grown on others. The bellows are down and closed. But Bostock fiddles at his belt and takes a key. Glad I brought this with me today. I wasn't sure I would need it. I don't know if he'll have locked the door or not. It's just Billy's,
Let me try it, lad.
and he passes you the key.
I'll go. Well, try. I will try a door handle for the first time in my life.
just expecting you to kick it in straight away. Just
Yeah.
"Ugh."
Absolutely. The door handle turns. The door opens.
You cock my rifle. Stand behind me. Follow him in.
I proceed
who's-
inside.
Yeah. Jethro's at the front. Bostock is standing there with the rest of you outside.
I'll be right behind Jethro.
You're right behind Jethro.
Say Bostock's
Yeah.
with Tor and the bears.
Yeah. Tor
Gonna
and the bears.
watch
Yeah.
the road. and
You're
whatnot.
watching the road. In which case, I will take perception checks from Torok and let's say the bears as well.
Mine
In fact,
is...
what I might do is give you advantage with your things because the bears themselves will be reacting to that. But I don't know if they can
Well,
have
mine's at 22 anyway. And then
22.
the bears get advantage on perception
Smell checks and things
that
like that.
gives
Well,
away
yeah.
smell, yeah. And they would be able to smell rotten corpses. Bears are like fucking sharks of land.
Yeah.
Got Wales who fence.
Yikes of
They've
Yeah.
15. What is that? Plus my wisdom in it, not theirs.
You've had some poor
So it'd be 19.
The 22 is better there, isn't it? It's yeah.
Yeah, so 22 for me, 19 for the
Yeah.
bears.
There's definite movement around you. The streets are not still and quiet, but things aren't stalking you.
Well, Titius, don't
Looking
be
up along
banging
the
that
street.
thing too
Yeah.
quickly.
Looking up along the street, something walks idly across.
Well, the town's got some life, boys.
Yeah, does not look your way.
Yeah,
Some unlife.
I'll proceed inside.
It's dark inside. The smell of coal smoke and charred metal clings to the insides to every surface.
I'll take out my stone of light and hold
Your
it.
stone of
hold
light.
Hold it in front of me.
Yeah,
Haven't
absolutely.
you got dark vision?
Yeah,
Like the only one of us that does.
for flavour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gee.
Better than your eyes adjusting to things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess everyone else can see in there then as well.
Absolutely.
Oh,
The stairs lead upwards.
Cautiously ascend them.
And you are led up to a simple home. A room. With a hearth, with a bed chained to the wall. Another bedroll laid out. Smaller. And some basic accoutrements. In the corner, by this smaller laid out bedroll, there is a chest. And at the other end, by the chained bed beneath it, more boxes, more storage.
Is it a one room deal?
It's a one room situation. There's
So
there's a hearth that might be used for cooking.
So
There are two
nobody in
beds.
here.
There is nobody in there.
Okay, I'll just call Bostock. It's clear.
Oh, and the dwarf sighs likewise and makes his way up
I'll go into the forge.
into the forge. Into
Just so I'm not off this. Just so I'm off the street.
So you're off the street. You're gonna hide underground underneath there. Yeah, absolutely. Gonna take a bit of
I'm
shelter.
gonna walk over to where Obadiah is and say, you got you just got that magic detect magical items ready, just in case there's
Yeah, I do.
could always use it and see if there's anything value around here. No one's gonna miss it, is they?
Fuck's sake.
Probably not.
I would say get your things, lad. Anything you might want. Probably not going to be coming. Probably not going to be coming back here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll And he walks over to his chest because it's clear which one is his by the smaller bed. Pulls gently at the lock and slides it open. It itself, the lock seems to have been for show. And from it, he takes a breastplate, a helmet, a hammer, and a shield.
Yeah.
How
He
do
lays. They fit him perfectly.
do they look good?
Made for. They look pretty good.
It's fine
You know.
craftsmanship there. Like your work.
I'm well. I helped make them. I helped my dad make them before I went away. I'm not this good on my own yet, but
I think
it's yeah. And he stands up and waves the hammer around a little bit.
we're like a proper warrior now, lad.
Well, it's dwarf traditions and all that. We keep with them.
Well, anything else you want? Anything else you need?
Sure. Well, it's yeah. Give me a second. He rolls up the bedroll, puts it into the chest. It fits there quite neatly. He takes out a small cloth bag, ties it to his waist, and then he puts the dagger on the floor and slides it back over to you, deftly. You give that back to your friend now. I
Absolutely.
think you'll be right. The chest turns and reveals 2 leather straps on the back of it, which he slots through his arms and stands now. The thing is the size of his torso, broader, but he's clearly strong enough to lift it. So, yeah, I'm alright now.
All right.
I don't know what else Bill's got in here. But I've got some cash. I'm happy to pay you guys for your time.
You don't need to pay us. You might want to pay. You might need it to pay the boatman. He's a good man, but he's a bit of a shyster.
Yeah.
Mind
And he
if-
smiles up at you, Jethro, and says, "You're You really are all right. You're a good guy, aren't you?
I'll try my best.
He's just got a thing for young ones.
Fuck
Also.
off. I tried to be a good person.
Trying to
no, it's-
redeem himself. Go
Mind,
from killing.
no, I said, mind if I take a look at, what you say, Bill? What's his name?
Bill Bilson, yeah.
Do you reckon
Bill
he's got
Bilson.
anything that could help us?
And he kept all his stuff, the stuff I wasn't allowed to touch, in the drawers down there.
Mind if I have a look?
Stop you.
I'll have a
And
look.
he turns to leave to go back down the stairs.
I'll have a look in the drawers.
Okay. So as you walk over, the drawers are themselves well set. There is a collection of them. Let's say 8 kind of separate drawers, and each is big enough, to fit. The sort of thing that person might keep jewelry in, might keep tools in. Small fine tools might keep finer, better made objects. Might even keep money in. They look well set. There are.
Jethro, don't forget. Watch for traps.
I will not. Are
And
they
as
locked?
Titus calls over your shoulder, you reach forward. And the center drawer, because there are, I've decided now, 3 sets of 3. As you reach forward, the central drawer changes, loosens, whips,
Oh boy.
opens its mouth.
Oh boy.
And will make an attack.
Fucking hell!
Now I'm going to count this as surprised on you.
Certainly.
Yeah. So that's
I forgot
definitely
what
going to
these are
hit
called.
there. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a mini mimic.
Mimic.
yeah. Just a wee one. So that'll be. Let me roll some damage that you'll take at this point. So that's 9 points of damage at this point.
All right.
And the tongue or the mouth, which bursts forward as the drawer opens, wraps around your hand. You will struggle to get away.
Okay. I will attempt to break free of this.
You will attempt to break
grapple.
free. You can make me an athletics
I
check.
knew I should have said athletics.
I will be
7.
7. It
Wow.
bites tight and hard. You cannot move. And it will bite tighter now. Let's. Sam, you're moving up and in?
no, I'm in a barrel of laughter.
Okay, right, fine.
What did I say, Jethro?
Gex, you will take 8 points of piercing damage and 3 points of acid damage.
Fucking hell.
This thing is biting into your arm.
Okay, I guess I could do nothing but attempt to escape.
You've still got a hand free.
This thing's fucking biting me. So I break free or should I just hit it?
I'm going to run up the stairs towards him.
Yeah.
I'll just attempt to break free again.
He wants to
21.
break free.
21's a lot better. And your arm comes free. Bite marks set into it.
I'll just back away from it.
Back away from it.
Yeah, if it doesn't attack
And
me.
what you realise, what you thought were ornamental buttons set into the thing are clearly eyes, but the mouth closes, shifts, smiles, wiggles.
I'll just say to it, I don't want anything that you've got anyway.
There is a smug look on this thing's face.
I'll just leave.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile on it.
I will walk to the door.
That's magic missile on the onto the drawer itself. I know that'll hit. Roll your damage.
So casting it at level 2 is
4d4.
4d4 plus 4.
44 plus 4, yeah, absolutely.
Pardon me.
Nice.
Nice.
18.
18,
That's a good
18
magic
points,
missile. Fuck.
18 points is a good hit on it. And that certainly knocks the smug look off its face. You know, the face that the thing has. It does not
Squash
move
it,
where it
Bostic.
is. Bostic has been going downstairs, but
Oh,
Rush is
okay.
behind you. So,
Um,
bloody hell, I knew there was a reason Bill told me not to touch that.
These fucking drawers are violent, and I don't mean
It
after
never-
a curry.
It never did that after Bill, when Bill was using it. It never did that before.
Come on, Jethro. I've never seen you back away from destroying furniture.
I mean, I was just seeing if there was anything good for you fellas in there. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to stick my musket to where its mouth is and pull the trigger.
Sure. Yeah. Again, you can make the attack roll. Make the attack roll with advantage.
Okay. Really not going to miss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
27.
wanted to see if you crit. Yeah. I mean that hits definitely.
I'm not going to do a thing, but I am going to use D12. Oh, 16.
16 on top of Gav's. What did we say for Gav?
18.
18. Yeah. Cool.
And then I'll do it again.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, 23 hit.
23 hits. Yeah.
11.
11 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, and that's a decent hit on it, and there is a splash of bright light and smoke from the musket. The first hit, it bursts out splinters. The second, it is wetter. You have knocked blood from that central drawer. And the form melts away, leaving a pile of amorphous ooze and fleshy kind of waste, with the remaining 8 drawers around it intact.
Hmm.
Well, let's have a look
Yeah.
then.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
You're going to cast Detect Magic. You detect no magic in there.
And I'm going to check the whole room.
You're going to check the whole room. Yeah, very little magic around there, except on Bostic's breastplate.
Excellent. I will note that. Right, Bostic. Where'd you last see this master of yours?
Well, morning of midsummer. He said he was going to go, join the parade, go down to see the bonfire being lit. I said I was going to go to prayer. We walked some of the way together towards the square, and then I left him. Well, I mean, I assume he was out there, you know?
Yeah. Do you think he's alive?
Honestly, sir, no. I've
Did
no
he pay
reason
you
to think.
well?
Well, as well as any apprentice gets. He promised to pay me well when I got my novice's certificate. It's due to be this week, you know.
Well, I think that might owe you something. Let's have a look around, see if we can't find where he kept his coin.
Sure. Well, that'd
You're
be the
gonna
place to
need
try
it
it.
for the new life. Right, I'm going to have a quick investigate of the place. Take a look around.
Absolutely. There's not a lot of storage other than these drawers. There was space looking around. So look, give me the investigation roll.
19.
19 total. In this room, there's no other storage than.
Well, if the other things aren't coming back with any magical aura, I'm just going to open the other 8 drawers.
The other 8 drawers, yeah, absolutely. They're not coming back with any magical aura. They look like ordinary drawers. They are not. They do not appear trapped. You rolled pretty well on your investigation check there. The other thing that I will tell you, given your investigation was pretty good there, the stairs themselves as you moved up them felt pretty solid, but they still had a bit of bounce to them.
Okay.
You know,
So we might have a step or two there that's worth looking closer at.
yeah. But you can find... fucking thing. Let's give you a couple of d10s worth of... There we go. We'll go with 220 gold pieces in gold and another probably 500 gold pieces worth of jewelry in those drawers.
Well,
You've got cash money and you've got jewelry. There is some... there are some fine, as I suggested, some fine kind of jewelry working tools in there. And then, there's some clothes.
I think the boy
well,
deserves
there you
to
go,
go.
Bostic. And I'll hand him the 220 gold while pocketing the 550s worth of gems.
Yeah. Gems and jewelry, yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
he's pretty fucking rich for an apprentice at that point.
Might as well give him the tools as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's a smith's apprentice, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's any tools you want, Bostic,
tools,
take them.
If it'd be daft of me not to take them, I guess. A little uncomfortable with that, but all right. Yeah.
Well, look, they're going to go to rot if this fella didn't have kin.
No, okay.
They're just going to be stolen by somebody who wasted them. At least they're with a talented youngster.
We could set you up for life, then, lad.
All right, Mr. Obadiah, Mr. Jethro. Thank you.
No worries, mate.
I feel particularly awkward by the fact that everyone is helping this young child. Contrary to our party's demeanour as usual.
Yeah.
Making amends.
First time of being altruistic.
Yeah.
Vic, if you remained outdoors,
yeah.
the rifle cracks from Titus.
He fucking shot his gun, the bastard.
Firing into the face of the
Obviously.
thing have echoed through the streets, and there is now some movement further down the street. At the rate these things move, you might have a minute before they get to you.
How many is there, roughly?
Well, at first one, and then 2 or 3.
Are they how spread apart from each other, are they?
Those 3 are in a group. That's all you've seen so far. But while people are looking around, and in the time that it takes people to investigate the room, those first 2 or 3 are getting quite close now. The bears will make light work of them, but past them, then there's
Right, you bastards, better fucking hurry up. Tidia shot that fucking gun again, didn't he?
There's another.
Yeah, we're nearly done.
7.
Well,
further down
better
the
hurry.
road in the direction of the bridge.
Yeah,
about
maybe
10 of
better
them out
hurry.
here.
We killed hundreds of them yesterday. What are you worried about?
Yeah.
Right, well, go on. You just go downstairs.
We've got a job to do.
I'm not surrounded. They're all coming from me from one direction. That's not a problem. Just fucking burn them all.
3 of them have come from the direction of the 3 of them have come from the direction of the square. Another 7 are coming from the direction of the bridge.
We need to cross the bridge, right? We haven't gone over it yet.
The street you're on is a kind of crescent. It's curved. But
Let's carry on with our objective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. On the way out, I'm just going to check that stairs or underneath the stairs.
Yeah, absolutely. And checking it, you'll realise that a couple of the stairs are hinged. They will themselves lift and reveal the cache of ingots and unprocessed metals that any smith must have. There are ingots of iron and copper, and some gold and some silver. And something else which has a kind of dark blued quality to it. There are only 2 of this other material, but you can't immediately identify it.
Okay. Into the bag of holding.
Hell yeah.
All of it, or
A lot of it.
yeah, brilliant. Yeah, this is going to take you. This is going to take you a moment. I mean, that's a blacksmith stash worth of iron, amongst other things.
Okay. Well, just the
That's-
gold,
yeah.
silver, and dark blue stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because
Yeah.
by this stage, my magic is still running.
Yeah.
It's been the last 10
Absolutely.
minutes.
So I'll give you a D4 each of, let's say, yeah, it's 4 things of silver and 2 things of gold. Those are worth, but they're ingots. So let's say they're worth 100 gold pieces each, and then 100
Sure.
silver pieces each. You know, they're a decent sized.
So 120.
So we got that each. Did you say we got that each?
Yeah, 100 coins worth of each of the type. I get you. So it's 240.
Was that each?
Yeah, I think so. If they're ingots.
So you've got effectively another 200 gold and another 400 silver.
Or 400 silver. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, 240
Cool,
gold
okay.
total.
Yeah, I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll follow the
Plus,
guys back out on the street because I assume I'll be last out.
Plus, 2 ingots of this kind of dark blued metal that you can't immediately identify.
Rad.
You're out on the street. The 3 that have been moving down are on you. Vic, you are the only person that's remained out in the street. How would you like to dispatch those?
I'm gonna have the 2 bears charge them.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay.
Give me a couple of
As
attack
they're
rolls.
close.
I'm not going to play it all out like I did. You know. What's the total on for the smaller roll there?
I think they're
They've got a fairly decent bonus, haven't they?
plus
But
6
they're plus 6.
on a
That
bite and a plus 6 on claws.
Yeah, okay. So they will hit on a 2 then. And they can make their way through that. However, having rolled that, what's the AC on the bear?
11.
11. So actually, we've got 3 hits here as well. So those bears are going to take.
Bears also have multi-attack.
They do have multi-attack. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's give them some damage though. Give me a minute.
Oh fuck! Oh no.
Sorry, finally pissed.
One of the bears is going to take 12 points of damage.
Loses temporary HP.
Yeah, that's all really. Before being kind of chewed through. There are another 7 zombies making their way up the street for you. Bostic seems remarkably more confident now that he has his helmet and his breastplate and his shield and his hammer. And he stands and takes up a battle position. But looking on him, you see the head of the hammer still wobbles in his hand. He's still a little nervous. His footwork isn't quite right. But he is squaring up to fight these other things.
Fuck, lad, just watch my back. Don't even get in the fight unless you really have to.
We just fight the 3 of them.
The bears are attacking the 3.
Okay.
But there are another 7 that will be on you within seconds at this rate.
I said we carry on with our job.
Yeah, keep moving.
Yeah, keep
Keep
moving.
moving. Are you gonna go back out of the lane the way you came?
Are they?
Yeah, I think that's the quickest way, isn't it?
Or are they in between us and the objective? Hello?
Yeah. The way that you have been coming is down the main road, which is ironically called Trades Lane. So it's referred to as just lane, but down the main road that would lead towards the bridge. You are on a kind of side street. But the side street is a crescent. So yeah, you could get to the bridge by going back out, or you can you can push on through, and that the way that they are coming from is technically the way that you're going.
All right.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, we can go a different way, but it'll take longer.
You can take a bit longer, but quite easily still get to the bridge.
Well, they're slow moving, so let's just.
Yeah, let's take the safer route.
I'll stay last in the group,
Yeah.
just so your man doesn't become a hero all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bostic breaks off and comes with you, seeing you guys are moving, making the smart choice. And when he gets back to Trades Lane, this main road, which is lined with businesses, he stops and says, "Gentlemen, I'm going to go back to the temple. I think Kelthor will be happy to have someone else now. You know, great to be dressed in armor. You know, I didn't think I'd be worshipping the dawn like that. You know, I spent so much time underground, but maybe smithing isn't the life for me. Maybe the look at me, I'm getting away with myself. Thank you so much for everything. If you do end up in Mazenol, my dad's name is Borvar. Huh?
All right, we'll remember it.
Borvar Bright Iron. You see, like bright iron like this, and he points at his breastplate.
I speak it,
You're going to be safe.
and I'll say to him in Dwarvish, like, safe home or whatever the thing is.
And he nods.
You're going to be safe getting back to the temple.
Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing now.
I don't think
It's
we've
not
gone that
far
far.
anyway.
Yeah.
No, you've not gone that far. It'll be minutes from,
All right, be careful.
Even with all the heavy bloody weight of his, yeah.
Be careful. Stay mobile. Don't get bogged down.
Sure, yeah.
And drop that chest if you need to.
Well, all right. Thanks, lads. And he'll turn and he runs, not very far, maybe 30 feet, and then slows down again.
To your natural sprinter.
He's not even a natural splinter, and certainly not very fast over a long distance.
I'll just yell, "Possessions ain't worth dying over, boy. Drop them if you have to."
All right, lads, come on, before these things catch up with us.
Right, hoof
Over
it.
the bridge.
I'll disengage the bears and leave those wounded zombies there. What have these got?
They're probably dead.
I mean, they're definitely dead.
No. Very true.
Right, to the market.
To the market.
Let's go shopping.
The clouds catch above you, and the air moves, but you can move with a decent pace down the main street of Trades Lane towards the bridge. The bridge you see coming closer to there is gated, as I say, fortified. There are ramparts, towers at each end, clearly themselves defensible, but the gates are open. The bridge is clear of movement as you come up upon it. There's no one there. And the towers, as you come closer, are slitted at the windows, but are empty, from what you can see. And as you step out upon the bridge, you are clear suddenly from the buildings of Ansel, and you realise quite how strong the wind is today. The cold air above the river whips up. But the warm sun is striking against the cobblestones, and you're able to continue onwards past the second gate on the south side of the town. Which is also open, also unguarded. A couple of spears lie dropped on the southern side, at the bottom of a stairwell,
Pick
for
one
which the gate is closed.
I'm gonna pick up a
And
spear.
as you bend to pick up the spear, you stand and you see through the latticed gate, the portcullis which locks the stairwell, an arm reaching through, armoured, that of a guard, once living, now departed, snarling, dead, trapped forever inside his guard tower.
I'll give him the Walking Dead. Poke the spear through into his head.
Yeah, great, cool. I'm not going to make you roll an attack roll, that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
And actually, I tell you what, you guys have done the right thing with Bostic and everything there, so I'm going to give inspiration to Gex for crimes atoned for. Although I think you've already got inspiration, so you can gift that to somebody else.
I didn't have it as far according to my sheet, at least.
Okay, cool. So
There's
you've
a
got an
token under
inspiration
the
token.
name.
You've got a token
Oh, is
there.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's fine.
You can-
It's marked on my sheet now. I'll give it to Sam. He does a lot of rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm going to make sure. I think you already have one, Jethro. I know a couple got spent the other day.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember.
But you've got one.
It wasn't
Sam
marked on
can
my
have one
sheet,
back.
so I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
I think me and Gav spent them last time. I don't
Yeah, you
remember-
did. You each spent
I
one.
don't remember Jethro doing it.
I give it.
No.
Give it to Sam because he does a lot of rolls for attacking and stuff.
Yeah.
Gav just kind of fucks shit up.
Yeah. And you
If answer is the same as thingy anyway, really.
Fifth answer is arguably more powerful than the inspiration.
Inspiration. Yeah, I think it is.
It's certainly a hell of a fucking magical item, but if Percy had worked out how to use it beforehand, you guys would have been fucked. But yeah,
The one that we just repeatedly stun locked.
If you'd worked out how to use it, he wouldn't be just the Thieves Guild in one city. He'd be the fucking king.
I'm going to have to start giving my bosses bloody legendary resistance because of that. Just specifically for Stunning Strike. I've learned that lesson now. It's great.
It's powerful, man.
Yeah, it's hell of a powerful.
But I have nothing else.
Yeah, monks don't get a lot, but then what they do get, they're really good at. Yeah. Yeah, I've not looked at the new monk, the new playtest stuff. I've read through a bunch of the new playtest stuff, and some of it does look really good. I'm going to play.
I looked at it a while ago. I can't remember.
Yeah. So they've just put out a new playtest doc with playtest 6, I think they're calling it, with the new monk variant in it. But I've not had a good look at it. They are now called martial discipline points or something like that, rather than key points and things like that.
Cool.
But it hasn't got a drunken master. But there's there's a
playing monk.
There will be a drunken master at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm going to test the new life cleric in a game that I've got coming up. We're going to play a little side game on my Sunday sessions, and that's actually, if you'd had a chance to test it, that's what I've built Kilfer around, the new light cleric.
Cool.
Let's
go back and kick his ass.
Yeah, you can try.
No.
That hammer he's got is really fucking tasty. I can't wait to smash some stuff with that.
Starts with a D6 rather than a D4. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karen.
Amongst other things. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so this is it. Martial arts has been really boosted. So I think you can go as high as a D12
Yeah,
on
yeah.
martial arts damage now.
They've just kicked you up a
Which is
straight
rad.
D2 on all of your
Yeah,
a
just
straight
up
2 on all of your attacks. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. This is exactly it. So yeah, it's been tweaked, it's been improved. But I think like mathematically, if you work out the average damage and attacks and things like that, monks still kind of underperform, but they are considerably better than what they were. And
Oh, they
then
nerfed
like
Stunning Strike.
have
Can
they?
only be
Yeah,
used once
okay.
per turn.
Yeah, fine.
That's fair.
Well,
That's fair.
yeah.
We're not using that yet, though.
No, that's fine. No, we're not.
Once per turn's like not that bad.
Yeah.
But before, right, currently it's once per attack. So I can stun
Yeah.
4 enemies, and they can do nothing until
Yeah.
my next turn.
Yeah.
Like,
Or you can attempt to stun, they can pass the save, you can attempt it again, you can attempt it again.
I can burn 4
It's
key in a
like-
turn, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And just keep trying to hit. And keep forcing the stunning strike.
Do count with the sounds.
Yeah.
Reverse time. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Reverse time.
Yeah. Okay, and they make that save again, and this time, yeah, exactly. Great. Hell of a combo. Sorry, where were we? We were coming up on the
market.
The marketplace. And so this building that you had seen from afar, you now come closer to, and while most of the buildings you have passed have been a bright, cool stone, straw-coloured, this one is dark, and it is bedecked in wood and metal, like fencing, overgrown and overbuilt. It stands proud on the side of the road. And outside, there are corrals, there are cages, there are much like what you had seen at Shymeet itself. There is space for hundreds and hundreds of animals to be stored. Those are all empty. A couple are open. But the gateway to the market itself is closed, sealed shut. And there are arrows in the floor around the door, and hoofprints relatively fresh, all in a mess around it. The arrows are flighted with bright orange feathers, the likes of which you have seen recently in another camp further south, and stuck into various parts of the house in which this entire quest started.
Oh, the bandits? The lizard men.
These are lizard folk arrows, which are stuck into the outside of this building that you have seen so far. Drawing closer, the building has a rumble to it. The inside itself clearly is not quiet, though the sound itself is difficult to penetrate. It is perhaps the sound of 100 scared animals and 100 shambling corpses, and goodness knows what else there is yet to come. But I think, although I know it's early, we may leave the session there.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Zombie lizard man.
Zombie lizards. Oh, wow. That's...
Going back to my bears are the sharks of the land.
Yeah.
Bears can smell can smell blood up to 20 miles away.
Yep.
Is that better than sharks?
Hey, that's further than sharks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah.
bears are
And a
fucking
polar
great, man.
bear can smell it from up to 40 miles away.
Well, you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about smelling trees and shit. That makes more sense.
Yeah. All they can smell is ice.
Dude, in the eye.
I smell ice and water. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, that was great.
The reason the spell failed, Vic, is because look up the spell Hallow.
Oh yeah.
I had
yeah.
to check the technicalities of the ruling there, but
I imagine it's
yeah,
like consecrated ground,
Consecrated
and the spells
ground, you
of
can-
other
yes.
things
Spells
won't
don't
allow you
work.
to cast.
So certain
Yeah.
spells can be cast, but specifically things like summoning, bringing in otherworldly kind of elements.
Ah,
They were perfectly safe from the undead in there. They would not have been able to, like, physically wouldn't have been able to enter.
yeah.
But by the same token, yeah, summoning stuff.
Oh,
in particular,
everlasting
spirit.
rest. Dead bodies interred in the area can't be turned into undead. Pog.
Yep. Yep.
That's a
So yeah,
5th level spell. Yeah, that's pretty
Hell-
powerful.
hell-
That, yeah,
That's a
5th
handy
level.
one.
hell of a spot, Hallow. And yeah, in the temple there.
Put that on your shopping list, Obadiah.
I don't think wizards will get it. It might
It's a
just be
hero. Oh
clerics,
yeah, it's a cleric spell, I
Fair,
think.
fair, fair.
possibly druids as well. I'm not sure.
A sorcerer might be able to get it.
Clerics, just clerics. Yeah, if you've got access to divine
cleric
spells,
table.
yeah, possibly,
Mm.
yeah. Hallow. I mean, it's one that the DM tends to use rather than players. It takes 24 hours to cast,
Yeah.
and 1,000
1,000
gold
gold
pieces of yeah.
But
Well,
that's
that
pretty
depends.
good.
If we end up in a situation where we're expected to be attacked, we have to hold
Yeah.
the ground.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
Exactly.
And
Like
it could be great for
fucking-
that, yeah.
It'd be like
yeah.
a final boss type scenario.
Like,
That'd be
Was
useful.
that
If-
Tarantino vampire movie like that one?
It would have been ideal
Or-
in our last
Dust to Dawn.
fucking
Or in
Dust
our,
to Dawn, yeah. The
in
last
our-
battle.
in our
It would have been
first
ideal in that.
in our first campaign where we were in Waterdeep and we got attacked by an army of the undead. That would have been
Yeah,
perfect
if we'd
for
been
that.
able to hallow it, yeah.
Yeah. But then we all
Right.
got murdered by fucking that. twat.
Remember Hallow when we're in the other campaign? Sam's his cleric and we might be able to need it.
Yeah.
Might get away with it then, yeah.
Thanks, Jed. That was really great.
Oh,
I
yeah,
enjoyed myself.
it's nice. It's nice to be back at it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Next
Thanks
time
for
we'll be playing in person.
thank you for your
Oh,
patience
boy.
with me. Have we got
Maybe.
one more? You're away next week anyway, aren't you, Gav? So
Yeah, we'll be playing next week though.
yeah, I expect I'll be available
Oh,
next week.
yeah,
if
I'm
you're
actually
around.
available next week. I'm leaving on the Friday morning, so
Oh, sweet.
So we'll get in a game next week.
And then the week after, unless everybody really wants to go to bed early on Thursday before you get on your respective journeys, play
Well,
then. Anyway.
we could play the night before.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Let's talk about it
depends
next
how
week.
much work Jed has to do to get ready for the
Yeah.
bigger session. Or in-game sessions are like
Live
tend to be
session.
longer.
Yeah, but this is exactly it. So we can spend.
I'm all right with missing
know.
that session if I'm going to see you guys the next day. I don't care.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what
True.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at coming down. I've booked my
I'll,
my
rec-
bus now. So
I'll record it on my phone and upload it.
Yeah.
Just video of us.
yeah.
We could get like
Um,
3 or 4 different angles and I can edit it together for no one to watch. Spend 30 hours editing.
I have gone back to a couple of your videos to go. Wait, what the fuck did I say at this point?
That is the primary use I found
yeah.
for it because no one watches them. I upload all the D&D I do. So, but just
Yeah.
going back and hitting the last 30 minutes and skipping through and remembering what happened is the most
Yes.
use I've found for it. It's
Exactly.
great.
Yeah.
No, just fell off the bed. She just
Right.
slipped right off, right on her back.
Your dog.
Oh my god, poor dog. It's
Silly
like 2
dog.
feet.
Silly bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's
was
the
great.
primary use I got out of Cyberpunk.
I
Was
bet
your
you-
videos?
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, yeah, I really enjoyed that session. I feel like I've finally got stuck into Jethro, and I
Jethro's
actually
redeemed himself a
role-played
little
it.
bit
Well,
there
I
as well.
actually like figured out him.
Jamie
and
Annister
role-played
like
him.
pushes a kid off a roof.
Yeah,
saves another
and
one.
spends his entire arc redeeming himself, and then in the last 2 episodes decides, nah, fuck it, I'll go back to Cersei. Yeah, no. Ugh, fuck. Can't believe
I
you
was back
mentioned
in
it
the
earlier.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was great.